Hi guys, Julia here from JM Squared Vintage. Welcome back to the channel. I am here today with a thrift haul. I know I do a lot of my sourcing typically from the bins, but I wanted to give a new place locally a try. It's just like a local chain of 2 or 3 thrift stores that had a thrift outlet, and they had a $1.50 for every item sale. So I I cleaned up. Like this was a really, I will be going back. And this is just kind of a PSA for all of you who, maybe love the idea of finding great deals at the bins, but maybe the experience of going to the bins isn't quite for you. I know it's not for everybody. You really got to be able to like block out the commotion, deal with, grabby people. I know some bins locations are like straight up hostile. You've got resellers that consider it their home turf, and if you're doing it wrong, they're going to get in your face. Don't sweat it. There are other deals to be had. Goodwills have dollar days. Most local stores have dollar days or $1.50 sales or $2 sales, whatever. So just keep your eyes out for it. There are deals to be had all over the place. But before we get started, if you are into thrifting, if you're a reseller, if you are thinking about being a reseller, if you like bins, if you like hauls, if you like vintage goodies, don't forget to hit subscribe down below. I would love to have you along on the journey. Don't forget to ring the bell. You'll be notified anytime I post something new. But without further ado, let's get into this haul. I'm pretty excited. This is a new place. So first on the list here, this is something that I just had to steal back out of my husband's closet. Just great. I think this is vintage Tommy Bahama. I believe this is a late 90s tag. I think the new tags are a little bit different, but this is 100% silk. I just really loved the blue and pink colorway. It's a size large. It's in great shape. You can definitely tell that it has seen some wear, but I almost feel like Tommy Bahama shirts get better with wear. If I were to sell this, I probably wouldn't get much more than $20, $25, maybe $30 on it if it is in fact older. But again, this is staying in the house. This is going straight into my husband's closet. It's just a really cute piece. Next up here, I've got this beautiful top from Live Los Angeles. I believe this was a brand that was sold in Anthropologie. But look at this stunning, this is like a cutout lace top. It's lined in nude, so you don't need a camisole underneath. This is just, a one and done kind of a piece. But look at how the edges are just kind of cut out right along the petals of those flowers. I just think this is so stunning. Maybe 25 bucks on that, $20, $25. I just couldn't leave that behind. I think it's so pretty. Next up here, I've got this pretty little chiffon high-low top. See how long that tail is from Aster the Label? Aster the Label, I believe you can find at Nordstrom. They sell it at Revolve. It's one of their lower priced brands, but it still tends to sell pretty quickly for me. This is a size small chiffon, kind of like a gauzy chiffon in this little pretty black and white print. Maybe 20 bucks on that. This will be a good bundle piece, I think, for getting my bundle discount. Next up, I got this stunning 100% Italian linen sweater from Banana Republic. And, I tend not to grab too much Banana Republic unless it's like a significant fabric or something that's brand new with tags. And I'd say a crisp, white, great condition, 100% Italian linen sweater is one of them. I'll probably get $35 for this. And I will say, this is something when I grabbed it and I brought it home, it was very stiff, and I recognize that as this was probably washed at some point by somebody who isn't really familiar with how to wash linen. And just a little pro tip, if you are somebody that finds a piece of an article that is linen and it's very stiff, or if you have linen that you own and it comes out really stiff, what I do is I will put it in with some gentle detergent, and then with that I'll put in a cup full of white vinegar, and that does a good job of breaking down any kind of residue from other detergents that maybe haven't been rinsed out. And if that is not enough, usually that sets things pretty right. But if that is not enough, and I say this, do this gently, use your discretion, I will sometimes put it into the dryer on 0 heat and tumble it with a couple of wool dryer balls. Sometimes when you're wearing linen, it starts off stiff, but as you wear it during the day, it gets softer and softer and softer. Putting it in the dryer on low heat and low spin kind of mimics what wearing it for a couple hours does. So you'll get a head start and that kind of broken in, super soft feeling. So just a little pro tip if you are not familiar with how to wash linen. Speaking of linen, this was another one, and this is my PSA, guys. When you are going through and doing your final check on what you're buying, and you go to like put things back on the racks or back in the bins, I saw this little sleeve poking out, and I'm like, ooh, that's linen. Well, I'm a linen fiend, and I grabbed it. So, you know, I would have walked away otherwise. Now, I could not. Can you see this tag? I couldn't read this to save my life. Watch, it'll show up a little bit better on camera than it does to my eyes. But you know, it's 100% linen sweater. It's a nice size. I think this is probably like an extra large, maybe 2XL. I get it home and I ran the RN number, which you can find usually on the care tag. And sure enough, it's Pete and Greta, which is a Johnny Was brand. So like, always check that bin one last time. Always check the rack one last time before you leave. I know it can sometimes be very hard to peel yourself from it, but this was probably a $300 sweater. I'll, you know, probably get no less than $60 or $75 on that. It's in fantastic condition. It's a really beautiful, like vivid purple, which I love. That was a great find. That was like a nice little cherry on the top of the day. Next up here, this is a Free People Beach one piece. I love finding one pieces. This is a little bit of an extreme one piece. I don't know how well this will do. This isn't something that I think many people can pull off, but it's this beautiful like blush pink with peasant sleeves, and it's jumpsuit that goes all the way down, kind of jogger bottoms. They have side pockets, which I love. And then the back is so pretty. Look at this. It's like a ballet back with a little cross down at the bottom. This is a size, let's see. It's a size small. And I have no clue what I'll get for this. The last Free People one piece that I sold for $75. I think that might have been a more in-demand model than this. So I'm just going to estimate on the low end and say like $30, $35 on this. Free People one pieces do always go for me quicker than I anticipate them to go. So very interested to see what that pulls in. But like I said, I'll estimate on the low and say probably 30, 35 bucks. Next up, I've got another jumpsuit, and this one is 100% linen. Guys, I'm telling you, I will be going back to this place. This is from Cloth and Stone, which is a brand sold at Anthropologie. It's a size medium. It's a navy blue little jumpsuit. Isn't that adorable? It's got a V-neck, a V-back. It's got these cute little caps. This is just so flattering, with a little drawstring waist so it can fit any waist. And I believe that these are ankle length crops with little slits at the end. I'm obsessed. I absolutely love this thing. You know, probably 40 bucks on this, maybe a little bit more. I just thought that this was such a great find. And, you know, for $1.50, I'll take it all day. Isn't that beautiful? 100% linen. Next up here, this was something that I picked up because it felt really nice. Like the fabric felt really nice. And it's these cute pants. It does have a little spot. That's a little bit of a pre-treat that I have on it. This gorgeous little pair of like satin trousers, real pockets, a nice flat front with an elasticated back. Guys, this is like the dream. So you can have that kind of tailored look but still be comfy. But it's from a brand called And Other Stories, and this is a pretty spendy Revolve brand. Guys, don't mind my nails. I'm like on a break from my gels right now, and oof, they look a mess. But isn't that adorable? This is a size, I believe, yeah, size 8, so it's a good size. I have no idea. I've never sold And Other Stories before. I know I have a couple pieces, so I know how expensive they are. But maybe 35, 40 bucks on these. I just think that they're so cute, and they're like a perfect shade for fall. Next up, this one was actually inside out when I found it. This is a brand new with tags, Banana Republic Tweed Dress. Look at this. Isn't this cute? I kind of like, I saw it inside out. I saw the tag. I couldn't resist it. It's got this kind of like asymmetrical hem. It's got these diagonal seams. It's got the belt, you know, still attached, which is, anybody who's a reseller, anybody who thrifts knows the pain of like finding something that has the belt loops but no belt. I'm not quite sure. This was probably a $118 dress, you know, when it was new, maybe 35, 40 bucks on this. I think it's so cute. It's like a cotton tweed. It's like a heavier weight. It's fully lined. This was a great find. You know, for $1.50 all day. I saw some comps out there. There's one or two, I think, for sale for like 75, but you know, I never estimate that I'm going to get that high. I'm always going to estimate on the low end. And if I get more, I'll be delighted. Next up, this is, I'm not quite sure this line, but this is Millie. And Millie is kind of a famously made in the US. Oh, this is made in China. This must be a diffusion brand of some sort. I'm gonna have to do a little research. Millie was like known for being a US designer, US manufacturing, still being made here in the Los Angeles area. So I'm guessing that this was a diffusion brand. It says Millie for Design Nation. It's a size medium, little blue top with that cute little contrasting teal tie. You know, I'm not quite sure what I'll get this. You know, I grabbed it because it's Millie. I know it's a name that people know and recognize. But with it being a diffusion brand, maybe 15 bucks. I love the color of it. This beautiful like cobalt blue. Super, super pretty. And it's in fantastic condition. Doesn't look like it's ever been worn. Next up, oh, one of my favorite brands to find, thrifting or otherwise, that's Eileen Fisher. Eileen Fisher just makes beautiful, classic, well-made closet staples. This is an XL, which is a great size to find for Eileen Fisher. It's this nice little white linen blend tunic. It needs a little love for my steamer. I did just wash this with all the other linen pieces. Absolutely gorgeous. Probably 35, 40 bucks on this. Eileen Fisher just always moves really quickly for me. And for a great price, and you know, for good reason. Like this is something that was probably $200 brand new in store, you know, and it's something that's like made to last. That's the thing about Eileen Fisher, is that it's absolutely positively made to last. So this is something that even if you see it in the store for, you know, $6 or whatever, it's always a safe bet. It will move quickly, it will move for a great price, and you can feel really good about selling it because, you know, you're going to make a great profit. The person buying it is going to get a great piece at a great price, and you know it's going to be in their closet for years and years and years to come. Next up here, I got this great top from Easel, and I think Easel is a boutique brand. I feel like at some point they were sold at Anthropologie. I could be wrong. If you know, comment down below. I can never, there's a couple that I can't keep straight, and Easel's one of them. But I just really, like, I grabbed this because I liked the style. It's kind of like a lyocell or like a rayon drape, so it drapes really beautifully. It's got a little pleat, a kick pleat in the front and a kick pleat in the back with this nice smooth yoke. I'm gonna guess that this is probably a size large or an extra large in this really pretty, like, kind of light blue, almost sea foamy green color. You know, probably 15 or 20 bucks on that. I just think it's super cute and so like just drapey and casual and in great shape. So like I said, if you know about Easel, comment below. Next up here, I've got, and this is for sure a Bolo brand, and I need to give all credit to Mackenzie, also known as McThriftsy. I will link her channel down below. If you're not following her, like, what are you doing? She's been doing this for so long. But this is Raquel Allegra. I had never heard of this brand until I saw it on her channel one day. And, you know, I grabbed this and I felt the fabric. I'm like, this is really nice. And then I saw that tag. I'm like, ooh, that looks familiar. And sure enough, it was the same one. She had just found it in a big haul, I don't know, a month or so ago. It's this cute little dress, this little tie-dye dress. It's made of really high quality cotton with a handkerchief hem. Y'all, these sell for like $200 or $300. This is a very expensive brand. So definitely something to be on the lookout for, that tag. I'm not sure what I'll get for it. All the other sold comps I saw were in the $50 to $75 range. So TBD, there's a little bit of pilling on that, but I know I can clean that up. Otherwise, it's in fantastic condition. That was a find. For $1.50, that was a find. Next up here, I've got this cute little pair. They're like long johns. They're almost like sweater pants from Intimately Free People. I also wash these with all of the linen pieces, so they're a little like air dry crispy. But I just thought that these were so cute. They've got this little like ribbon tie, like a little kind of black and white ribbon tie. And you know, I'm not sure what I'll get for these. I couldn't find any comps. I grab these knowing that I have a friend who would love these if they're something that I'm not going to get a ton of money off of. Maybe 20 bucks on these. And if it's less than 20 bucks, I will just give them to my friend and she will love them. Next up here, and again, this is linen, so it's a little bit air dry crispy, but this is a beautiful dress from Lina Tomei. So it's an Italian made linen dress in this beautiful like sage green. This collar let me fold the collar down so you can see what it actually looks like. This collar kind of looks a little bit substantial, so you roll it down like that. It's got these pretty like embroidered circles on the front. It's like a little shift dress. It's got a little stretch panel in here, so it's not like binding, like, you know, linen can be like a hard fabric. So it's got this little stretch panel in there for comfort, little kind of seam at the waist and the back. Probably 30 or 40 bucks. This tag looks a whole lot like Lungo Larno, which is a brand that I've bought and sold quite a bit over the past couple of years. So very possible that they're made in the same factory in Italy, but you know, if it is Italian linen, I'm gonna grab it, and I can't wait to see what this looks like once it gets a good steam before I photograph it. So pretty. So next up, I have this absolutely adorable top from the 80s. This is actually not patchwork. This is a print. I think this is kind of like what they would call calico fabric. So it's kind of a heavier weight cotton. This is the tag. I couldn't leave this behind. I just thought this was so cute. And I can see so many like adorable 20-year-old girls turning this into like a real fashion statement. It's really, really well made. The fabric is nice and sturdy. It's in fantastic condition. So I think this was a great find. You know, maybe 30 or 40 bucks on this. This is something that I think will go on Depop. And I don't think it'll stick around all that long. I think that is so stinking cute. So next up here, I saw this and I grabbed it because I thought it was vintage. And if you look at the tag, it kind of looks vintage. But then you look back here at the kind of contents tag and it looks modern. So when I got home and I looked it up, the brand is called Jonquil, Jonquil by Diane Samandi or Samandi. And sure enough, it's not vintage. This might be vintage from like the 80s or 90s, but they're kind of like a modern trousseau company. And this is what you would call like a peignoir. Look at that sleeve. Ugh, I love a bell sleeve. This is what you would call like a peignoir. And it's usually, you know, it's part of a bridal trousseau, like the stuff you wear on your wedding night. But they were sold in like Neiman Marcus and Bergdorf Goodman and all kinds of like super high-end bridal shops, and they go for like $200 to $300. Here I am thinking that this is going to be just a cute little vintage piece that I could pair with a cute little nightgown that I picked up the other week, but sure enough, this is a very spendy piece, and a lot of the sold comps that I see are in the $75 to like $125 range. So TBD on what I'll get for this. I mean, it is beautifully made. You know, the fabric is fantastic. Really rich lace, rich silk satin tie, and it's got all the parts with it. So, I mean, this was a gut pickup that I'm very happy I did. Perfect example of trust your gut, especially when the price is right. Next up here, I got this cute little like teddy bear Sherpa jacket. I guess this is kind of like a shacket. It's a size small, but it's from a company called True Grit. And I know True Grit, I used to live like in the mountains of Utah, and we lived in ranch land. We were surrounded like on all sides by ranches. So I know that this is a really high quality kind of ranch wear brand. I mean, and you can feel it on this. Like there's no corners cut in the construction of this. You know, so it is definitely a bolo brand, especially if you're in a place that is, you know, close to locations that have like a lot of Western wear. Probably 35 or 40 bucks on this. It's in fantastic condition. And I love the little like zigzag pattern, the almost little herringbone. I don't think that this will stick around all that long, especially right now. This is the right time to be getting a piece like this into your closet. Next up here, I've got a nice little closet staple. This is a little chenille open front cardigan from 7 for All Mankind. Just a cute little like basic black sweater. That's the tag. This is definitely a newer 7-piece. It's a size medium. It's in fantastic condition. Like this does not look like it's ever been worn. So, you know, probably $25 to $28 on this. 7 doesn't sell for what it used to unless you're finding like vintage pieces, but it's still a great closet staple, and those always, closet staples from reputable brands always just move really quick for me. So I don't anticipate that hanging out in the store all that long. So next up, I love these pants. I have actually had these pants, these exact pants, and I've also sold them on Poshmark, and they sold very, very quickly. And it's these cute, I think they're called the Cameron trousers from J. Crew. They are 100% wool. They absolutely need a lint roll. But these are the kind of, they always have a version of these around the holidays. So these might be a couple years old, but they're in fantastic condition, and they re-release them every year. So the crazy thing about this is that I actually found these in the men's department, because I get it, they look a little bit like menswear, but I knew dang right well what these were. It's classic black watch plaid, beautiful construction, J. Crew, fully lined. These will go in no time, and they're a size 12, which is a great size for J. Crew. I'm super pumped to find these. I can't remember what I sold my last pair for. I want to say they sold for like 45 or 50 bucks, because they are generally pretty expensive because of the 100% wool construction. But TBD on that. I'm going to estimate maybe $30 on that. And while I don't think that they will sell immediately, I do think that they will sell like right after Halloween as we're getting into the holiday season. Oh, so cute. Next up, I've got this. Oh my God, this dress is so cute. This is from the New Romantics, which is a Free People brand. That's the tag you're looking for. Look at this adorable dress. The construction on this is so nice. It's fully piped with this beautiful, like colorful, almost like a brocade. It's 100% cotton, fully lined. And look at the hem on this. Look at like that. Look at the detail on that. So it's an embroidered pattern down at the bottom with these little ruffles here. This is a size, I think, a size medium. It's a size 6. Super flattering scoop neckline, scoop back with a zip closure. I've never sold New Romantics before, but man, the construction on this is beautiful. I'm going to anticipate $35 or $40 on this. And you know, there were no sold comps. There's very few like New Romantics pieces, like even in the marketplace today. So I don't think it's going to sit around all that long. I mean, TBD on this, but I'm going to anticipate $35 or $40 on that, because that is just so beautiful. Next up, I think this is a vintage piece. I grabbed it because I thought it was vintage. Look at this. It's like a little sailor dress. I can't. And then look at it's got the little flap on the back with a cute little embroidery. The tag gives me a moment of pause. I do think that this might be vintage, but it also could just be like a boutique brand. But either way, I think it's so cute. It's like T-length. It's a full button front. It's got pockets, and it's got this cute little like white contrast detail. So either or, you know, I'll put this up with, you know, rockabilly, vintage, pinup as tags. I don't think it'll sit that long. Probably 35 or 40 bucks on that. It's super cute, and I think it's a size. What is that? I think it's a size large. It's a size medium, but it does look pretty big. So I'll be sure to put the measurements on that. So cute. Next up, we have another Eileen Fisher piece. Again, just love finding Eileen Fisher. This is a size small petite, which is, you know, I do sell quite a bit of small petite, believe it or not, of Eileen Fisher, but it's this beautiful like cotton open weave sweater with kind of 3/4 length sleeves. It's in beautiful condition. You know, again, probably 35 or 40 bucks for this. Open weave from Eileen Fisher tends to move the quickest out of any of the pieces that I have from her. Maybe that's something that she's known for, but either way, I'm going to buy any Eileen Fisher piece that I see, like ever. It's just my jam. This is one. So I grabbed this because it felt really nice. This is 100% cotton for sure. This might be cotton silk. There is no tag. It says Los Angeles. It's got cute little like armbands, but on the inside it said made in Italy. So I don't know. There's no RN number. It feels really well made. I have no idea who the designer is. If any of you know, like, please comment down below. I'm dying to know. But I just thought it was super cute. I think it'll sell just like based on the Los Angeles alone. For some reason, Los Angeles things sell quickly. But yeah, it says made in Italy, 100% cotton. So it is 100% cotton. No RN number, no more information. So it's a little bit of a mystery. I'm going to keep digging to see if I can find something, but unless I find a designer name or something like that, 25 or 30 bucks on that for sure. This is one I regret buying a little bit. Although I don't know. I mean, I kind of have a blanket buy anything Harley-Davidson. And generally in my area, it is tough to get your hands on anything Harley-Davidson because a lot of the resellers that are in my bins location, that are in our local thrift stores, like they do a lot of vintage t-shirts and a lot of vintage biker stuff. They sell a lot at like the Rose Bowl flea market and Long Beach flea market, the big flea markets around here. So if I see something, I grab it. I think this is a little bit more modern. These are like little sweatpants with like a bling Harley-Davidson design there with lace down the sides. I don't know. Maybe 15 bucks. I mean, they're nicely made. The quality is really nice. If they don't sell in, a month or two, I'll probably just donate them right back or give them to somebody. If any of you are interested, I'm happy to send them out to you. But, yeah, we'll see. This was definitely a case of like, I was in a frenzy and just grabbing things left and right. So sometimes that happens. Oh, next up, look at this. This is another Banana Republic, brand new with tags. It still has the tag bar on it. But I felt this. I'm like, oh my God, feel how soft that is. It's this beautiful, like, kind of oversized sweater vest. I think it's only from last year. So it's pretty brand new. And I would understand, like, if somebody didn't wear it in a year and they donated it, this makes sense because it is so bulky. But man, is this thing soft. It's labeled organic cotton. I think this is a size large. No, it's a size medium. Oh, it is actually brand new with tags. Tag is still right here. So this has never been worn. I'm not sure price on this, maybe 30 bucks. It is a very substantial piece. So super, super cute. And I love that kind of Aran Island knit pattern. I just think it's so pretty. We are getting down towards the bottom here. It's another sweater. I actually found it really close to this one. Anytime I see like a Scottish sweater, I'm going to grab it, especially a sweater vest. They're kind of having a moment right now. They might be slightly on their way out in the Gen Z crowd, but this is from Hebridean. Again, the outer Scottish Isles. I'm going to grab anything that looks like vintage and Scottish. I'm not quite sure what that is. That says Lady Bush Limited. I'm assuming that's probably the store that it was sold in. It's size medium. It's 100% cotton and looks absolutely positively brand new. I know that there's somebody out there that can turn this into like a fashion staple. So 20 bucks maybe? Super cute. Next up here, I've got this really pretty, this is a cardigan, but it's not made of sweater. It's this like really soft, it feels kind of like a French terry. This is Pure Jill from J. Jill Luxe Tencel. And come on, there we go. It's a size large, and it's pretty like gray-green color. And it's long line, it's got nice cozy pockets. This is like, I call these, like I have a lot of stuff like this that I wear around the house. I call this like the second coming of the house coats. I love it. This is something you throw on at home. You still look kind of pulled together, but you feel like you're basically in a bathrobe. Super cute. And J. Jill always sells really quick for me, especially in size large and above. So probably 25 to 35 on that. Probably closer to 28 to 32, somewhere in that range, but great find and in fantastic condition. This does not look like it's ever been worn. So next up, I have this really pretty like burnout velvet kimono, and this is from Love Stitch. Let's see if I can grab that tag. Yeah, this is the tag. This, again, does not look like it's ever been worn. Love Stitch is a Nordstrom company. I don't know if it's owned by Nordstrom, but I know it's sold there. I just love these colors. It's got that kind of like burnout velvet feel to it. It feels very fall, very witchy, very boho. It's super pretty. You know, probably 20 to $25 on this. Usually the kimonos that I have will be used for kind of bundling to like get one more item in. Plus everybody loves a kimono. But this is a little bit more substantial with that burnout velvet. I just think it is so pretty. I always get excited when I see this because I know that it will move very quickly. Next up here, I've got this great little hiking shirt from REI. You know, probably $15 on this. But these are the kind of things that always go fast and they're never out of style. This, I believe, is a UPF shirt. It is an extra small. It's really well made, but it's in fantastic condition. It's got little like key pocket on the back. So this is made for hiking. This is made for, you know, real outdoor adventuring. And this is something that, you know, again, if you are a hiker or if you're going on like a safari or if you're going on a big kind of trekking trip, you need to buy stuff like this, you know, to protect yourself. And so demand for it is really kind of inelastic. It's not like a fashion piece that's going to like enhance your wardrobe or something that like you want because it looks great. Like you need stuff like this if this is part of your lifestyle. So I always love picking it up. I know it's not going to pull in a ton of money, but these are just always a good, pretty quick sell. Again, I got a lot of my start doing outdoors brands. Because that's just what I had a lot of in my wardrobe living in the mountains of Utah. So maybe it moves a little bit faster for me because I have that reputation, but never hesitate to pick up something from REI or from Patagonia or Arc'teryx or one of the other kind of big outdoors brands. They will always move, and they will always move probably quicker than anything else in your closet. We are getting there, guys. Next up, I have this cute We the Free cropped sweatshirt. This is an extra small, but you know, it is Free People, so quite large. It's this cute little cropped sweatshirt with a little lace detail on it. Look at how cute this is. See the side? And that's see-through. That's like lace with no backing. I just think that this is so cute. This is a cute little athleisure piece. You know, throw it on. You're going to feel like you're in pajamas, but you're going to look pulled together. Super cute. Probably 22 to 26 bucks on that. Next up here, we've got another Tommy Bahama silk blend shirt. You know, when I like the prints on them, I'm always going to grab them. Hawaiian shirts just sell. Like, they're just always in demand. And Tommy Bahama, again, you know, they're not going to sell for, these are probably $140 shirts new. They're never going to sell for anything close to that, but they will sell quick. Just because Tommy Bahama is a brand that people know. Like, I generally don't grab Hawaiian shirts unless they're Tommy Bahama. It's just a brand that people know. It's super high quality, you know, and I love this print. I just thought that this print was one of the better Hawaiian shirts I have ever seen in my life. Again, this is 60% silk. Yes, 60% silk. So a great blend in great condition, great colors, and it's an extra large. That will sell in no time. Probably 25 to 35 bucks. Oh my God, look at this cute little thing. This was a little Free People piece, and I haven't been able to find anything on it. Look at this. It's this adorable little like crochet knit dress. A little lace ruffle hem. This feels like merino wool. This feels like a very nice knit. Look at the details on it. It's got like a little braided, like a yarn braided trim on the collar and the sleeves. I need to do a little bit more research. I mean, like, I've literally never seen anything like this. If any of you have seen something like this, please comment below. I want to know, but it's in perfect condition. I think it's a size small, maybe an extra small. It's just a size small and so cute. This is something that'll look better when it's like on the mannequin, once it's holding a little bit more shape, but you know, somewhere between probably 30 and 60 bucks on this, depending on the rarity and depending on the demand for it. But it's a really unusual piece from Free People. I've never seen anything like it. Down to two more. Got this super cute, another Free People piece. Guys, this this thrift store had a ton of free people. This is a size small, and I can't remember the name of this, but this is a linen, like a linen full button-down short sleeve in this beautiful, like perfect blue-red color. Like, y'all, this is my red. Just, you know, this is my red. Don't come at me with those orange-based reds. I am a blue-based red girl, but this is I mean, this feels unworn. Really beautiful raw hem. It's got that nice oversized cut, a drop tail. And you probably $35 on this because it is a more substantial fabric. I did see a couple sold comps. There were no comps that were for sale on this, but there were sold comps, and they were all kind of in that $36 range. So super happy to have found that. And finally, our last piece here. And y'all, I audibly squealed when I picked this up. Okay, it was late in the day. I had been there for several hours. I was getting delirious. I had found so many good things. I was like riding high. And then I saw this. And I thought, legitimately, I thought that this was a vintage piece. The quality on it is so nice. Like, look at the detail on around the inside of the collar. Like, this is just always a tell. Like, if you want to know if a piece is like really high quality, look at the detail on the parts of the shirt or the parts of the garment that aren't shown to the outside. Like, when there is attention to detail put on the inside of something, you know it's good. It's from a brand called Holding Horses, and it is not vintage. I believe this is a collab that they did with Anthropologie. I only saw one other comp on this, or I'm sorry, I saw two comps. One went for like $18, I'm assuming, in like a Posh show, and the other one went for like $129. So I have absolutely no clue what I will get for this. It is going to be a shirt that I'm going to have to struggle to not give to a friend of mine who is a like third grade teacher who loves rainbows. But TBD on this. This was such a cool find, and I got it for $1. Like, look at that embroidery. Isn't that adorable? A little cloud. Oh, so cute. So that is it, guys. That is the haul for this week. You know, I was so pleasantly surprised by this place. Again, I paid $1.50 for every item. So all in, I spent $52 on this stack. The MSRP of everything that I found is somewhere in the $45,000 to $5,000 range, which just always blows my mind that, you know, you find this kind of stuff at the thrift. It will never stop amazing me. I have literally been thrifting since my whole life, and it never ceases to amaze me. But I'm anticipating sales somewhere in the $900 to $1,000, maybe $1,100 range here, which would leave me with profits probably in the vicinity of about $700. And that gives me a return on investment of about 13.4x. It's not my best, you know, typically I'll find, you know, somewhere in the 16 to 18 range when I'm at the $1 bins, but you know, 13.4x return on investment is something that any business in the world would absolutely positively kill for. So anytime I can turn $52 into $700, I'm going to be a happy girl. But I hope you had fun. I know I have fun, guys. I appreciate you so much. Like, it is, I have nobody in my like personal life that is a nerd about this stuff. So I'm just excited to have people to share this with that are as excited as I am. If you've ever found anything like this, if you've ever found one of these, please comment below. Tell me about your thrift grail finds. I'm like, you know, I just nerd out about these things. But again, if you had fun, you know, don't forget to hit like on this video. It really helps with YouTube. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the notification bell so you'll get notified anytime I upload something new. But again, guys, I really like, this is so like fulfilling for my soul. You have no idea. I really appreciate you. This is so much fun for me. I learned so much from you. I hope you learn a little from me. But without further ado, guys, have a fantastic week. Happy hunting, and I'll see you in the next one.